Welcome to the Spine Chilling Stories. I'm your host, the Spine Chilling, where you hear true horror stories around the world that are both creepy and chilling. So let's dive in. The Haunted Hospital of Karachi. It was a rainy Thursday night in Karachi, inside well known but rarely named government hospital. The corridors echoed with silence, and the clock ticked past 2 a.m. Most staff had retreated to the nurse station, sipping chai and battling sleep. Only Nurse Asma remained alert, assigned to Ward 9, where a critical condition patient required a constant monitoring. Ward 9 had reputation among the hospital staff. Nurses whispered about cold drafts and sudden static shocks, and something watching from the desk corners. Asma, a rational woman, brushed this off as a superstition until that night, where she witnessed was one of the most haunted moments of her life. While checking the monitors, Asma noticed a sudden dip in temperature. Her skin goose bumped despite the humid Karachi air. Then, from the corner of eye, she saw it. A tall, pitch black figure, featureless, guiding past the glass wall of ICU. Through the wall, not the door. Its movement was fluid, unnatural, as if it wasn't bound by physical laws. Frozen in fear, she couldn't scream. The shadow stopped outside the ICU and turned its head towards her. Then, in a hoarse whisper, her name, Asma. She dropped to the floor, unconscious. When Asma woke up in the staff lounge an hour later, Dr. Imran, the night resident, stood over her. You fainted, he said gently. CCTV shows something strange. Lights flickered, and the ICU machines all shut down at once. Later, they received the footage. Ward 9 lights flicker violently, ECG lines spiking, then flattening briefly, and then a blurry, tall silhouette of a human sliding across the floor, visible three different cameras. It was visible on three different cameras. That night, two machines were declared fried. One patient, one patient suffered a cardiac shock without medical cause. Asma took 2 weeks of a leave. When she returned, elderly janitor Rashid pulled her aside and said, You saw it, didn't you? I told her the story decades ago. A psychiatric patient was accidentally left in the Ward 9 during a fire. The patient died, trapped and screaming of torture that he endured. He was screaming with the pain as if a flash was burned alive. Since then, survival staff had either transferred or quit after seeing the shadow. Rumor had it that an Islamic exorcist was secretly brought in the years ago. He performed a ruqya, a performance to conduct on someone who was possessed by a jinn, but warned the entity wasn't a ghost. It was a jinn, and it was angry. Today, Ward 9 remains locked after midnight. Patients are never admitted there past 11 p.m. Most staff pretend nothing is wrong, but the cleaning crew refuse to go in alone. Some claim they still hear their names being called from behind the lockers. Others say the shadow is now seen in operating theaters, where the silence remains and the air is heavy with the smell of a sterilizer and the unknown. No report was ever filed, no investigation was ever opened. But in Karachi's medical circles, everyone knows the Jinn of Ward 9 very, very much. That remains still there. And to this day, it haunts the hospital of Karachi. For more stories like this, please subscribe to this channel. Keep watching Spine